People, now Vostv Naija be the koko. We dey into ogbonge news, whether na political news or political rally for your party. We standa gidigba. No be only that one o, we dey cover all kinds of events: birthday party, wedding party, burial ceremony coverage, graduation ceremony. We dey even do inter-sport event coverage wey go showcase your school to many people, even if na to cover national sport. Also for your church event, anniversary, crusade or harvest, we get professionals wey sabi this work well. Vostv dem dey tested, trusted and reliable. Una fit contact us for 82 First East Circular Road, Benin City, or make una call us for this number 08022547837. Make una follow us on all our social media handle. If una dey think the best, think Vostv Naija. Vostv Naija, the right news for all. My country people, na Vostv Naija be the koko. We dey into ogbonge news, whether na political news or political rally for your party. We standa gidigba. No be only that one o, we dey cover all kinds of events: birthday party, wedding party, burial ceremony coverage, graduation ceremony. We dey even do inter-sport event coverage wey go showcase your school to many people, even if na to cover national sport. Also for your church event, anniversary, crusade or harvest, we get professionals wey sabi this work well. Vostv dem dey tested, trusted and reliable. Una fit contact us for 82 First East Circular Road, Benin City, or make una call us for this number 08022547837. Make una follow us on all our social media handle. If una dey think the best, think Vostv Naija. Vostv Naija, the right news for all.
Every school has moments worth celebrating. Moments of talent, moments of culture, moments that shape tomorrow's leaders. From the thrill of inter-house sports to the beauty of Cultural Day and the vision of Career Day, VOS Television is here to capture it professionally, beautifully, and memorably. With high-definition cameras, experienced crew, live coverage, comprehensive news reports, recorded highlights, captivating photography, and wide online reach guaranteed. Your parents' pride. Give students confidence. Give your school the visibility it deserves. Book VOS Television today for your inter-house sports, Cultural Day, and Career Day coverage, because great moments deserve great coverage.
dawn of another new day, and we give praise to God for the gift of life. Indeed, it is a blessing to be alive this morning. Welcome to another insightful edition of your morning show, done on Vostv. Yes, it's a pleasure to come to your screen, bringing you happenings on issues around the globe, around Nigeria, and of course in Edo State. It's a perfect Wednesday morning for the perfect breakfast starter. My name is Felicia Udeji, and of course every morning we'll come to you to keep you informed, to keep you abreast of current happenings, myself and my colleague Jude Aweke.
Hello, good morning Nigerians. Thanks for joining us on the program. Of course, yes, Dawn is one program you wouldn't want to miss. Yes, because here we discuss all topical issues that are making waves in the nation and Edo State in particular. So stay tuned, and thanks once again, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And as usual, if you've been following this program, you know that every morning kickstart your day with headlines making waves across major newspapers in Nigeria. And today is no exception, as we'll be starting off with that right away. So before further ado, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be starting off with the headlines that we have for you this morning. So stay tuned. Okay, yes, we are back again. Thank you for staying tuned, and we would love to know where you are watching us from. Yes, wherever you're watching us from, kindly type in the comment section. Just as we did yesterday, we would like to recognize those who are following us live on the show. So wherever you're watching us from, kindly type and let us know where you're watching us from, as we'll be taking your comments on the show. And even as we go through the headlines of the newspaper, let us know which of them catches your attention and you will love to talk about. So we're starting off with the Vanguard morning. Yes, on the Vanguard we have quite an amazing and very very current happenings on the Vanguard newspaper. I'd like to start with the top headlines. It says tax revenue jumps 30% to 28.3 trillion naira in 2025. Rivers crisis, Wike commits to peace, louds Tinubu's intervention. And the writer there says Fubara promises to fulfill Wike's wish. And we are asking, what is that wish that Fubara is going to fulfill? And the other headline says federal government ASU deal sparks outrage as only Unijust confirms payment. Tinubu has strengthened Nigerians' federalism, says Bagudu. And now let's move on to the screaming headline on the Vanguard. It says electoral art, rowdy session as Senate okays conditional e-transmission of results. Rowdy session as Senate okays conditional e-transmission of results. And it has quite a number of riders there. It says where electronic upload fails, results sheet to be used for collation of results declaration. 12-member conference committee to harmonize bill with reps submits report latest February 17. And the third writer says Abaribe withdraws motion for division, votes ACF wants. And another writer says public pressure forced Senate reversal on e-transmission of results. that is coming from the ADC. There are other headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. If you want to read it, you can go grab a copy, or better still, get the e-copy on your phone and you'll be able to read it. So Jude, I'd like us to talk about yesterday's session, emergency plenary sitting by the and what do you make of Abaribe's motion?
You know, of course, yes, the Senate has no option. Yes, it has no. But my problem is this. Where I'm having problem is the clause. You know, the clause that in cases where there is glitches, then results should be manually transmitted. Won't this even give room for manipulation that they will later blame on glitches?
Because I know that previously in the last general elections, that was what the excuse we were being given.
Yes.
That there were technical glitches that were never explained to us what they were.
I must tell you, there is nothing like glitches. There should be straightforward electronic transmission of results from the polling units to the IRF portal. Simple. We can do it. We can achieve it. It's not difficult.
So with this, we can actually say that it's still not mandatory, is it?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. The clause, they should remove that clause. It should be removed. Except they want to tell me that they know what they are doing.
I know that.
And obviously, they know what they are doing. Yes.
I know that you and your guests to be talking much about this topic today.
I'm glad that this will be the topic of discourse on today's episode of the program this morning. So stay tuned, because we're going to really analyze all of this with a special guest.
Yes, and let's check out another of the headlines there that says federal government ASU deal sparks outrage as only Unijust confirms payment. We know of the 40% increase in allowance for lecturers. That's a federal government's own way of saying, okay, we're tired of you guys going on strike because of issues, so we want the issue of university strike to end. And as at yesterday, it was confirmed that implementation has begun. But other universities say they have not received payment, just Unijust.
Just Unijust.
Yes.
So, of course, yes, the others should be able to confirm that they've received their payments too. So if they have not received, then the government knows what to do. They should do the needful. They should do the needful, so that all of these, you know, industrial actions that are stalling academic activities, halting academic activities, will be a thing of the past.
Okay, I also want to bring in the part of this being focused on only lecturers, because with that, aside from the federal tertiary institutions, we also have the Basic Education Board. And most of our teachers, when you go out, they complain of low income. How do you think the federal government can also extend this to teachers?
Of course, yes. The issue of low income in basic education is really worrisome. And there is a need for the government to also, you know, take a look at the plights of, you know, of these teachers. Because,
in secondary and primary schools.
Yes, in secondary and primary schools, because they are also doing the work of lecturers too. Similar to the work of lecturers.
Interesting.
So it's important they do that.
All right, so now let's move on to our next newspaper for this morning, which is the Guardian newspaper. And it has quite a number of headlines there. I'll be starting with the top. Nigerians spent 3.53 trillion naira importing raw materials locally available. And the next one says, CISLAC urges action as Nigerian dips in global corruption rating. Court bars Oshun LG funds utilization pending end of trial. INEC on the spotlight as Senate shifts ground on e-transmission. That's a screaming headline there. Another headline says, Russia denies report of Nigerian mercenaries killed in Ukraine war. And then Lagos government seeks food, water vendors, others support in war against cholera. And let me just touch on this last one. Expert urges federal government to criminalize ransom payment to terrorists. Let's start with this. Do you think it's possible, being that this is the same country where security agents are not swift in terms of responding. This is the same country where people are being kidnapped on a daily basis, and we hardly, I know that there have been arrests of kidnappers, but most of the times the arrest comes after the victim has been released. And experts are urging federal government to criminalize payments, which means if your person is kidnapped and you are to pay ransom, you will be faulted and imprisoned for it.
So you want my person to die? No,
Good
that should be the question we pose to them. If the security architecture is failed, that they don't respond effectively, then I should resort to self-help. And I have no option than to pay ransom to secure the release of my loved one. Yes. There is need for stakeholders. There is need for stakeholders to do the needful, to up their game and nip all of this insecurity that we are experiencing in this country.
Because you cannot ask people not to pay ransom when in fact there is no security. When they cannot guarantee that if they are to report, okay, if you are to report to security agents that, oh, my person was kidnapped today, that they'll be able to secure the release of that person immediately. Anyway, we hope that with this, that when these experts are giving federal government advice, they should be able to also advise them to beef up security as well.
Pardon, just before you move on, let me chip in this. You remember the case of the kidnapping case of a couple?
Yes.
In Atigbira camp. The husband and the wife, they suffered in that kidnappers' den more than a month, right? What was done? The news was everywhere. The news was everywhere. Not until the family paid ransom.
True. And even the Auchi doctor.
It led to, yes, the Auchi doctor.
That the two brothers were kidnapped and one killed.
So the people have seen that they are helpless. So there's no option for them to resort to self-help. And what's the self-help? Let me secure the release of my loved one.
By paying ransom.
By paying ransom.
It's all right. So I want us to talk about this other one. Yes. Transparency International released a report recently, and Nigerian happens to be 36th most corrupt country in the world. Yes, that was the same position we were in 2024, and this report was for 2025. So we still maintain our position. Does that mean that we are not having any hope of ever getting better in terms of corruption?
She is that I'm laughing. Even yourself, the question you ask me, ask yourself the question. You have the answer to it.
Hope?
You have the answer to the question. There is no hope because corruption speaks volumes. It speaks volume. Like, is it not glaring? In fact, we should be made number one.
I'm
telling you, we should. We should, because we have.
Well, I would disagree on you or with you on that there is no hope. There is hope if we have the right leadership, and which.
And when are we going to have that?
Well, in a distant time, because I don't see it anytime soon with the Senate playing us here and there without not making e-transmission mandatory. But I believe that in a time to come, in the distant future, when we have responsible leaders, that things will get better.
Felicia, so, let me tell you, we have politicians who are coming into power for individualism. Individualism. Myself. Not collectivism. Not how to better the society. How I'm able to, let me get to power and embezzle public funds for my personal use.
Well, in as much as this is the situation, I believe it will change. And I'm sure that you out there watching us, you would also have a thing to say. Do you agree with me, or do you agree with Jude, who says there is no hope?
You should agree with me.
Well, whoever one you agree with, let us know in the comment section. And that's where we call it a wrap on the newspaper segment of the show. Coming up next is this discussion segment with Jude Aweke and our very special guest in the house. And they'll be discussing on a very particular topic that is touching the hearts of Nigerians right now. And I will just end it here. So do stay tuned. Do not touch your phone. And let us know where you are viewing us from while the discussion is going on. Ensure you drop your comments. I remain Felicia Udeji.
Yes, don't go away. Stay tuned on the program. When we return, electronic transmission debates, what the Senate's verdict means to Nigerians. That's what we'll be taking a look at on the program this morning.
I am a mountain.
Thanks for still being there, and welcome to the discussion segments of the program. Yes, after much pressure and back and forth, the Senate on Tuesday made a U-turn in its earlier rejection of electronic transmission of election results from the polling units to the IREV portal. Yes, but this was not without a clause. The Senate says where there is glitches in polling units, elections results will be transmitted manually. Now, what do you think about this? What does this Senate verdict means to Nigerian elections? That's what we'll be taking a look at on the program this morning. I'm joined here in the studio by Comrade Roy Riabo. Comrade Roy Weabo, a lobbyist and an activist in Benin City. Comrade, good morning, sir.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Welcome on the program. Now, yesterday we watched what the Senate, they said concerning the amendments or law, the amendment of the Electoral Act. Now, what was the initial reaction on the verdict?
Well, initially, they made their own conclusion. From some of us believe that their conclusion was not good, and we said, well, we have to mobilize and go to the streets. We're firing from our senators, calling on those who care to listen and those who did not also care to listen to us, that we cannot go like this in 21st centuries, and we start mobilizing ourselves. As God, we have it. The National Assembly, under the leadership of Akpabio, quickly called for an emergency meeting for them to reconvene. When they get back, they took their decision. Well, whether we like it or not, the voice of the people matters. The people was able, the Nigeria activists were able to demonstrate that of a true power belongs to the people. We were able to influence by way of reaching out to tell the National Assembly, no, in 21st century, you cannot give us this kind of electoral act. And they reconvened, they adjusted their position. Whether you like it or not, we must give it to the people who came out on the streets. Some of us who were on the streets and those who were also in social media and the traditional media, evaluating the whole issue, dissecting the matters, and also mobilizing, We must commit ourselves. But in total, we are not where we are supposed to be. People have argued, and I trust also those who have argued that there is an alternative, that they have resorted to manual. If the electronic transmission failed, they resort to manual. Well, and some persons are also entertaining fear. Rome was not built in a day. It's a process. It's a gradual process, and we have to get there. Now they have shifted the responsibility to the people, and the people now need to take their destiny in their hand. What do I mean by that? Now when you get to your police center that day, insist the electoral officers should immediately electrically embark on the mission of electronic transmission of that result to where it's supposed to be. By so doing, the powers remain with the people to determine it. It's only where the people are also convinced that the transmission.
Because whenever there is manipulation, they will blame it on glitches.
More sophisticated now. We have wisdom, to have more wisdom and more less. We have the experience now. Therefore, we should enhance our knowledge and wisdom about it. We have a saying in my village that if the hunter, we have aware of their intention to want to manipulate the system, it is not left for us to say, no, you cannot manipulate the system. You are voting a particular location. Hold on to your vote. Let the election sort after the sorting counting. You hold on to your vote, and you will be there. The decision will be taken. So that collectively, with the position, the last position from the judiciary, we not know how to face, in case there are issues, how to face the challenges that will be coming. Because the judiciary are able to demonstrate to us that these are things we did not do well. These are things the people did not do well. These are things those who filed the petition, this is what they did not do well. That's supposed to be experience that we should build upon. If we can do that, let me assure you, Nigeria will better place. Let us not demonstrate this Kazaka attitude or I don't care attitude. That I'm not interested. Some people say I'm not interested in the election. If you are not interested in the election, you are doing yourself. You are doing your board generation.
Because it's your responsibility.
It's your civic responsibility to cast your vote. And Nigerians must come out to cast their vote. We need that number. It is that number that will determine. We have over, as I told you, I think we are hitting about over 100 million registered voters. At the end of the last election, we have about 90-something registered voters. Feel like about less than 30 million or 30 million there back came out. Is that the kind of election we want to see? If we have 100, we should not be less than 70% voters coming out. By the time we have the number, we have the crowd. Who is that person that will want to manipulate a process when you know the crowd is there? the voters are there. What can you? It's only when we come out feeling we lose guide in the election that we will have ourselves to prepare. We must continue. The conversation continue. The process, we must continue to elect in Nigeria. We must continue to talk to voters. We must continue to let them know that they should remain undaunted. To make a society to work, it's not a business of many. It's a business of few. It is the few that will now start the process, and the majority will embrace it. The few are already doing that now. The civil society movement, the civil society organization, the human rights activists, they are doing that. Calling on the people to come out very strong. The people must make themselves available to come and cast their vote. If we have the population, this election is a straightforward.
You know, the Senate earlier stood on its ground that it's firmly rejected the
electoral transmission
of results.
Yeah.
And after much agitations and protests and all of that, they backed out. Yeah. So, can you rightly say that they are being democratic, or they are just buying to pressure?
It's not about that. That is the power of the people. Power belongs to the people. Democracy is people-oriented. The people occupy the supersonic position. Therefore, you cannot take the people for granted. I don't want us to be saying the battle pressure, they were overwhelmed. That is one issue. But I believe, in my conclusion, that they listen to the voice of the people. Because they derive their power and their sovereignty from the people. They cannot undermine the people. After their meeting or the city in Abuja, all of them, they all have villages. They are in the locals. They will go back. The man representing me in the National Assembly, my senator, is from Erato. Erato is also an interior. It's a local place. He will come back there and meet with the people. The man representing you in a donut is from a village. Have a local. He will go there. The man representing us in a donut also have his own village. Therefore, there is nobody who belongs to one sophisticated environment who will not listen to the people. Let us know, give them that, the battle pressure. Let us not say, but let us say that they listen to the voice of the people, because democracy is rooted on the people. And it derives its power from the people. And that is what just happened. And that is the reason why Nigeria, I will continue to commend Nigerians who came out, who demonstrated that power of a true power belongs to us. And the second phase of it is that the mobilization towards a proper election. If we mobilize towards a proper election, I can assure you, whichever way, I'm not here to campaign for any candidate, but I just want the best for Nigeria. What is the best? If the majority of Nigeria genuinely and sincerely say, this is who we want to lead us for another 4 years, another 8 years, I have no business with that. It is the majority who took decision. Not selected few who will go and sit there in the comfort of their living room to manipulate results for the generality of us. No, we must work against that. We must tenaciously work against them so that they cannot manipulate the process for us. Rather, let all of us be the critical stakeholder. We elect our leader. Anything that happens, we will take responsibility.
Now, if you take a look at the process yesterday, they removed real-time transmission of results. Shouldn't the citizens be scared? Real-time transmission of that phrase was removed.
No, let us not be bothered.
Shouldn't be bothered.
No, let us not be emphasizing it so that we will not. The willingness of the people will not be reduced. Let us not be emphasizing it. Rather, let us appreciate the people and appeal to their conscience to come out and vote. The issue of the adjective, the electronic transmission, it has to be written. We're in a society. Deliberately, the leaders we have had over the years, deliberately, make sure that nothing works, so that they have weaponized those failure, their own failure, to draw us back. That's the reason we are still talking about Rita is an issue. It is a society that works. We will not be talking about electronic transmission of results. It's not supposed to be an issue. But because deliberately, because of their actions and inaction, they have not been there for the people. That's why we are doing this. But whether we like it or not, whether they like it or not, that the points are making is very direct. Now let us not interpret those things that will kill our spirit, that will reduce the potentials and the potency. Rather, let's promote what will make Nigerians to come and vote. Let us not be bothered. At least there is electronic transmission of results. Let's be building around that. If in a particular polling unit or booth, 500 persons registered there, about 400 came out or 350 came out to cast their vote, you can, even the electoral officer have no option that to look at it and say, when you look at the people, say, no, let me do what the people want. Let us not know. Let us not be negative about it. In that issue, they never believe in the electronic transmission of results. But the Nigerian people push them to this level. By pushing them there, it's a fact that the power belongs to the people. Now, in their own way, they introduce the manner. To me, I have no problem with the manner. I have no problem. Because one, our system is not in a perfect condition. That is the truth. We must say the truth. Our system is not perfect. Even at times, some persons can even ordinarily...
and we cannot achieve perfection.
Yes. There is no society that is perfect. There is no society that is perfect.
In terms of what? Let's be specific.
No, there's no perfect human being anywhere now. Are you a perfect being? There's no society that is also perfect.
Yes, in this discourse.
There is no egalitarian society anywhere.
Exactly.
But we hope and we are working towards egalitarianism. That is the point I'm trying to tell you. At least there is electronic transmission of results. Let's hold on to that. Now, the struggle now, to me, is so-so. Not too good, not too bad. We're looking for something. They also have, they hold on to the manual. We will not hold on to the electronic transmission. And that's the reason why they are fewer in number, we are larger in number. Therefore, we should hold on to that electronic transmission of results and build on it. Tell your brother, tell your sister to come and cast their vote. Don't sit on the for we to be able to push them to this level in a wrestling battle struggle. You'll be hearing people be telling you, why not drag his leg? Drag his leg, he will fall. The man who holds the leg, will he just leave the leg for you to drag? That is where we are. To me, it's not a bad, let us not conclude that all the struggle will be that it was a fail. No, we never failed this struggle. But it was so-so. You put it on a scale. Nobody, they are not losing, we are not losing. I believe we are in equilibrium. It's not left for we to build on it towards the election. And we'll get results. Let's not discourage Nigeria. Nigeria should not be discouraged. Now, the second phase is mobilization. Talking to the conscience of Nigeria. Letting Nigeria know that if you get to where you want to cast a vote, that is what they call electronic transmission of result. Insist on it. Look at it. Once it's working, it's working. You saw the beavers, how it works. When we cast our vote, they do the beavers, and we look at it, say yes. They can recognize your face through those mechanisms.
No, sorry for interrupting. You're talking about insistence that the voters should insist on electronic transmission of results. Now, this issue is becoming interesting because the general elections they are gradually approaching. Yeah. So, the law gives the INEC, the electoral umpire, rooms to use their discretion on whether to transmit results electronically or manually, with that clause. Now, at a time that institutions, there's kind of lack of integrity, there's kind of lack of trust, institutions should be given power to rely on their discretion, or should simply obey what the law says. Electronic transmission of results.
The law says electronic transmission of result. But if he fail, let's go manual. We are in a cruise state. We are saying
it is deliberately manipulated.
That is where
it has failed.
That is where the power belongs to the people. You insist. That is where the power belongs to the people. That is where the people need to mobilize to go and come out for the election. Don't stay in your house, because if you stay in your house, you will be defeated. Come out to come and cancel.
I said if someone is compromised and the beavers is deliberately manipulated, what do you do in that situation? And you are told that it has failed.
No, that's the reason why, with the numbers you have, numbers of voters that are present in that polling booth, such discussion will not arise. It's only when voters did not come out massively. It's that they will be telling you that there is slow network and this. By the time you are seeing crowd, you want to go man standing somewhere. Cannot look into the craft and say it's not working. Even some that will say, look, I'll do it, let's see it. Are they going to be leaving their houses and just leave their head at home? The answer is no. Are they going to believe the job planning that when we get there, offer up these things? We have passed through this road before. I expect Nigerians to take up the responsibility to make Nigeria work. Go and check the history in the world. It is the people who determine the kind of leader they want to have. And Nigerians should not be an exception. We should not be docile about it. We should be willing and prepared at all times to make ourselves available for change. Because when you are looking at the negative side, you will be discouraged. If I wake up this morning and say, oh, should I go? If I go home now, maybe I will experience kidnapper. Maybe armed robber will be on the way. Maybe accident will. I won't come out. I don't pray the negativity and focus on the positive. Nigeria should downplay all those things. Let's work on the positive side, which is the electronic transmission of results. I know it's not going to be easy, but it is possible. It's going to be hard, but it is possible. We can achieve it. Since we can think about it, it was we think about it as Nigeria to say let's have electronic transmission of results. It not been issued. The National Assembly, the Senate leadership, they rejected it. If we can mobilize to tell them to have a rethink, and they listen to us, and they now come with their own pattern, say let's add manual to it as a backup. My brother, it calls for celebration, because at least we are a step ahead, no matter how you view it. If they don't say they deliberately, as you are insulating, I don't believe. I'm not a student of pessimism.
You're optimistic.
I'm very optimistic. Let us know, because if you invest too much in pessimism, you will get results. That's the reason why I told you just now. Before you left your house this morning, were you considering that there will be accident on the way? Was that thought all over you? Oh, kidnapper might kidnap you. No. But you're looking to where you were going. All these are possibilities that can happen. But you downplay them and say, no, let me move. The reminiscence of Esther's disposition in the scripture, that if I perish, I perish. Let me meet with the king. We should be bothered about the positive of it, that at least they have given us something to work on. Let's go back and work on it. It's not as bad as the way we are. Because by the time you are looking at the negative, people are looking and say, oh, they say it's manual. I don't come out. It's manual. Even the electronic transmission of the electronic mechanism, is it 100% also safe? We have seen the world, people are hacking into different sides. Are you not aware?
But if we take a look at advanced countries of this world, their electoral process is very, smooth, without issues. What's really the bone of contention?
The bone of contention in Nigerian election is very direct. Let us not. I don't like when we try deceiving ourselves. We pretend too much in this country. The winner of our election in Nigeria takes it all. It does not take 99.9. It's 100%. In America, a governor does not have authority to touch $1. He cannot even see the money to touch. Because institutions are working. Institutions are working. There are legal procedures. You know, those who are sincere, based not because by birth they are sincere, but because institutions are working, they have no option than to follow, because there are consequences for action. Once somebody win election in this part of the world now, it's interested who is the VC of a school. It's interested who is the gate man. It's interested of those who are sweeping the sweepers. It's interested in those who are managing our toilets, refuse. It's interested. You have to, even writing, your child is writing jam, you are looking for somebody who know this, who know this. You understand? In those civilized countries you just mentioned, they are no longer discussing about your child is writing jam. You don't need to know a governor, a minister to go to school. You don't need to know a senator. These are basic things that is already available. In Nigeria, they are not available. They are not available. Even for you to even enter some parties, you need to know some people. You need connection. You need connection to get connection in Nigeria. Basic things that naturally are supposed to be for you, they are not there. Some persons are trained up in somebody's house and waiting for food. In this case, you are saying there are welfare package for citizenry that they don't need to be bothered. Are you aware there are countries in the world that if you don't go and vote, you pay fine? Are you aware?
It's compulsory.
It's compulsory. You go and vote. Even the government wants everybody to come and vote so that you be a part of the process. If you are in some country, there is not, apart from Nigeria and some of those countries, third world nation, that they are doing election, there is no other activity. They close down the whole. Most of the civilized countries, they are doing election. They don't close down your business. You saw U.S. election that there are people even vote before the election day. Encourage people to be voting. You've seen it. People are already, they are not waiting for 1 month. You voted before the day. You saw it. They were televised lies. People vote 5 days, 3 days before the election. People who believe that day is not going to be an easy day for them, they are going for job. These are society that works. You finish in your state, a state that had controlled by a Republican governor. The Democrats are losing the elections. You are seeing it. Heaven did not fall. Heaven will not fall. A governor is not telling the president that I will do this and do this. No, because the institutions are there to make this work. In Nigeria, if you lose an election, you become an offer. But that kind of place, people are not bothered. We were. Some persons have seen that a trailer driver received more than a governor, a truck driver. Receive more than a governor. What does that show to you? What does that show is that it is not, because once you are in politics in Nigeria, you are being elected into a position, your responsibility triple. Everybody is looking at you. If you look at the richest persons in Nigeria now, how many of them have not been in politics? Only very few. Those who are doing well within our sector are those who were once in government. Where do they get the money? It's from government. And that's the reason why Nigerians are desperate once it comes to election.
Now, you see, the Senate went into rowdy session yesterday, Tuesday, during the discussion on the Electoral Act. Now, even to an extent, that a call for voting was, rejected outrightly on the floor of the Senate. What does this say?
That is their pattern. I've never been. They are not driven by patriotism. They are not driven by patriotism. You watch, at times you see the pattern of voting in the U.S. Senate. So we vote according to their party. Why so? We say no. We won't support this.
There shouldn't be votes.
That's what I'm saying. I said that is how.
Is this ought to be?
Of course, it's their right to say they will vote. It's their right not to say they will not vote. One, some person believe that if they vote, they might not be able to skate through. Some person believe, well, why are we wasting time for this? because the system over the years does not recognize that potency in them. That's why they were full dragging. Because by now, each senators, we were supposed to even know their position. And what did you say? Can I go and meet my senator and say, what was your position? He don't need to tell me. By now, you are a journalist. You're supposed to be telling me that these are senators who supported this by voting pattern. These are these who work by this. You know, do you have that kind of record? The answer is so. In US, you watch their voting patterns. What are voting after the procedure of the day? The journalists are reading that to you. This is the voting pattern. Senator, this voted for this. They are mentioning their name. In Nigeria, the journalists are also doing well. Your profession should take it to the next level. So that we also know that after this, we're supposed to be asking. You can call. Release the numbers of the senators. We start reaching out to them. How did you vote? Why did you vote like this? These have not been there. We must continue as a country. I know it's not easy. Rome, they say, was not built in a day. Nigeria was also destroyed in a day. Therefore, for we to get it back, all of us must be directly involved. Because by our actions and inactions, we also contributed to the downfall of this country. That's my position. Because once an opportunity beckons on you to condemn a position, and you are endorsing it, you are part and parcel of those who have undermined the integrity and the potency of this country. We must take responsibility for our country. We must take responsibility. Nigeria will work. As of today, Nigeria is not working for all of us. It's working for selected few.
All right, just before we go, pending a committee, a 12-man committee was set up by the Senate, to meet with the House of Reps. So pending when they meet and ratify the new approved electronic transmission, and also pending presidential assent, what should Nigerians watch out for?
Nigeria should continue. They should activate their regional mechanism. We must continue to reach out to our legislator, appealing to their conscience. Is it those 12-man committee?
Yes.
12-man committee, we must continue to reach out to them. Those personalities, I think they are about 24 now. It is better Nigeria should look for their numbers. As I read it, that we want electronic transmission of results. That manual, we don't need it. They will also tell you these are the reasons why we should support manual. I listened to one of the senators who said in his community, a former governor, I never knew that his community is as backward to that level. And he was proud to say it. Because we have no shame in this country. After being a governor for 8 years, a senator, only God knows how many times, you are telling us in your community you don't have network without shame. And I'm challenging the people from his community by now. I expect them to be telling us that if what he said was true, so that we can just shape some of these persons. I expect people who are from Abia, who are from that community where that former governor, the senator who said there is no network in his community. I'm challenging them using this medium as an opportunity to channel them there, to immediately go to this community, even very close to his house, and start telling us there is network or no network, so that by tomorrow they will know that once they make pronouncement, they cannot just run away. They must come and defend it.
All right, Comrade Riobo, thank you very much for your contributions on your program. It's really nice to have you on the program. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And here we round off the program. Remember, the discussion is concerning the Senate's earlier rejection of electronic transmission of election results from the polling units to the RF portal. But right now, they have made a U-turn. So we await the outcome of the decision. All right. So here we round off the program. Don't go away. We have an entertainment segment just before we go. Thanks for staying tuned.
Welcome to the entertainment segment of our show. I am Anwulika Elemo. Now let's check out the news that is making rounds in the showbiz world. Award-winning singer Temilade Openiyi, popularly known as Tems, has achieved a historic milestone, becoming the first African female artist to have 7 entries on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. Her song, What You Need, debuted at 93, tied her with Burna Boy and South African group Seta for the most Billboard Hot 100 entries among African artists. In 2022, she made history as the first African artist to debut at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart with her collaborative hit, Wait For You, featuring Future and Drake. Moving on, Nigerian music icon Innocent Idibia, popularly known as 2Baba, has said he has moved on from his marriage to his ex-wife, Annie Idibia. The father of 8 explained that he is now focused on the personal life and music career. Speaking in a recent interview with media, the veteran singer said he is concentrating on his work and moving forward after their separation. 2Baba and Annie Idibia began their relationship in the early 2000s and later became one of Nigeria's most popular celebrity couples. In January 2025, 2Baba, however, announced via social media that he and Annie Idibia had been separated for some time and had filed for divorce, which came as a surprise to many fans. Months later, videos and photos surfaced online showing 2Baba during a traditional wedding ceremony with Honorable Natasha Osawaru, a member of the Edo State House of Assembly. The new marriage has sparked mixed reactions, with many social media users discussing the timing coming shortly after a separation from Annie Idibia. In another development, Queen Damilola Adeyemi, the estranged wife of the late Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, popularly known as Queen Dami, has petitioned controversial Nigerian singer Habib Okikiola, popularly known as Portable, over alleged cyberbullying, blackmail, and threats to her life, following the saying that they are still in a romantic relationship. The petition addressed to the Commissioner of Police, Ogun State Command, shared on her Instagram page, came a few hours after Portable publicly claimed that he and Dami had settled their differences and had been together for some time. According to the singer, the pair had reconciled, but he alleged that the late monarch's former wife continued to deny their relationship in public. In response, Dami denied the claims, stating that she is not in any sexual or romantic relationship with Portable and that his statements are false. That is our size on our entertainment news for this segment. The program continues. I am Anwulika Elemo.
All right, thank you, Awulika, for the entertainment segments of the program. And here we draw the closing on today's episode of the program. Do well to join us tomorrow for same time for another segment. All right, thank you very much. Bye for now.